Alright guys, Raj made it out, back with another video. Today we are going to learn 3 ways to learn football IQ. If you guys got any ways that you can, grow and just, build your mind and learning and ways of studying and learning the game, please leave it in the comments below. Today I'm going to break down 3 ways that, in my journey and how I learned and gained football IQ in today's football. Let's get to this video. So number 1 is stay around the game. So the reason why I say stay around the game is there's ways of stay after meetings. Like if you're in college, stay after meetings, talk to your coach, treat it like it's like college or high school where you're staying after and talking to your teacher. Spend more time with your coaches. Stay in the coach's office, treat it like school. Understand the terminology, ask the why behind the plays. Like if you're in the meetings, why are we running this? It's because we're trying to be cover 4. I know we had a concept where it's like a corner post concept. Why are we running this? Oh, it's because this team is playing cover 4 match a lot, and we're trying to beat it a lot. So, ask the why behind stuff. So I'm gonna start with stay after meetings and stay in the coach's office. So when you stay in the coach's office and you stay after meetings and you treat it like school, you're actually learning. You're actually teaching yourself more about the game, and you're actually learning more about the game. And when you start doing things like that, you start separating yourself and understanding the game more in an aspect like a coach, like how they're calling things and how they understand things. So, and I learned this from my OC at Towson. He actually taught me that hey, if you want to learn more terminology, learn more things, stay in the coach's office, talk to us more. Don't be afraid to ask questions. You're not annoying them. You know what I'm saying? If they're busy, they're going to tell you, but you're not annoying them by staying after and wanting to learn more and get better. What coach wouldn't like a player or person who wants to get better and learn more about the game? Shoot, not everybody's doing that. You got to realize not everybody's going to stay after for extra 30 hour trying to just learn. Just trying to just understand. Everybody thinks they know it all. Understanding the terminology, understand why things are called the way they are called, like a smash concept, you can understand terminology or basic concepts, kind of the base plays for certain concepts, and just once you kind of understand certain terminology or let's use running back plays like inside zone. Some schools they have different names for inside zone, but if you understand what inside zone is, it's super easy for you to just apply it to anywhere you go. So if you understand basic terminology, basic kind of I would say names, or I'm gonna use defenses too, cover 3, but another school might call it banjo or something like that, or gadger or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not really a defensive player, but you know what I'm saying? If you understand terminology and why things are being called, and basically basic terminology of football, you can basically play anywhere and understand anything in any type of situation. Another thing is ask the why behind plays and coverages, why things works, the why behind things. So not every coach is doing this. Sometimes when they do installs and stuff like that, they just tell you what it is, or they just tell you this is what I'm doing, or this I'm doing that. Most of the time, you could ask the why behind it. Sometimes they're not going deep enough. Why are we breaking the 5 yards instead of this, or why do you want us to run it skinny instead of flat? You know what I'm saying? Certain questions like that. Don't ask dumb questions, of course, but if you ask certain questions, you can get the why behind it and, get to where you need to be to understand what it is. It's like school. Literally treat it like school. All right, why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this? When you ask questions, you understand better. And definitely take notes, study the game, and, learn as much as you can. Point two is stay around the game. So when I'm saying stay around the game, don't just if you're in whatever sport you play, don't just study, don't just be around it only when you are practicing or in the facility. Outside of practice and all that stuff, you should be learning more. You should always be learning every day. Whether that's a documentary, YouTube video, books, learn about the game, learn about other athletes, learn about the history of the sport, study it. You know what I'm saying? Understand how other players got to where they needed to be. Like, understand that stuff. Some great resources that I used growing up. If you have ESPN Plus, The Detail, it's a really good video. It breaks down film. It breaks down how NFL players watch film, basketball players, and other sports too. It's like Kobe Bryant made it. Really good, really good show. For football, I got Receiver, Quarterback, Peyton's Places, Hard Knocks, Playbook, and like for other sports like Sprint. There's also other basketball documentaries, like I think The Last Game by Michael Jordan. Like those are really good. It just teaches the mindset about really good players and how they were thinking and what they were doing during that time, and some of these iconic moments like championships and how they won all that stuff, or why these plays broke down. So when you watch it by yourself, you're like, oh, this is why this was happening, or this is why. You're not just watching it, you're understanding it. If you ever listen to like any motivational speakers, Eric Thomas says this kind of a lot, but I'm just rephrasing it in a different way. Make entertainment your sport. He would say it like all the time. Like the greats don't have entertainment. They don't watch cartoons. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing video games. The video games is their like entertainment. Like they supplement everything towards greatness, everything towards what they want to be. It's like a CEO. Like everything is about money. Like Monopoly. The game of Monopoly is a game about money. But it's a game though, so he's still learning, but he's playing at the same time. And there's a couple books like you could read. I don't really get into a lot of books. I do read a lot of books, but when it comes to football, I read other different books like personal development books or self-development books. Not really full-on football books, but you could definitely start. I haven't started yet. I'm just being real with you guys, but I read a lot of personal development books. But some books did some research on, like the Coverage Glossary. I definitely read that. It's about coverages, teach you about every coverage in the game. Definitely a really good book. You guys should read. It's basically a full like blueprint about all the coverages in the game. Take Your Eye Off the Ball, Relentless, Mind Gym, and Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is also a really good one. It basically teaches you how to be successful. Like I said, in my previous videos, I don't know if you guys watched it, but Chop Wood, Carry Water teaches about the process, like books like that kind of help your mindset and help you guys become the best you want to be. And if you guys don't like documentaries or you don't like books, YouTube videos are really good. A lot of people I watched growing up, Brent Coleman, really good guy, informational. He basically teaches about the game. He's like in it. He's really into it. He breaks it down uniquely, breaks down draft prospects, people. You'll understand people's stories. You'll understand the why behind it, why they do these things. These guys are really good at what they do. First down training, quarterback school, like cornerback guru, thinking football, NFL films. You can always find these tailored to your sport. Just like I said, just do your research. Just look up what you want to learn. If you have a question, look it up on YouTube. If you have a question, look it up on the internet. You're going to find your answer. Like, oh, how do I beat press corner? Boom, you're going to find answers. You might study corners. You might study this. And don't just, if you're a wide receiver, don't just stick to learning wide receiver. Learn about everything. That's what kind of holds a lot of people back. They just stay one-minded towards, or I'm just going to learn about this. I'm just going to learn about this. Or I'm just going to only learn my position. Don't limit yourself. Like, open your mind, be open-minded, and kind of learn everything. Learn about a quarterback, learn about O-linemen, learn about DNs, learn about corners, learn about safety, learn about everything. Even other sports, learn about boxing, learn about golf, learn about soccer, learn about track. Like, I watch other documentaries to watch other athletes because, your story could be the same as theirs. You never know. And my last point, guys, is live through other players. So this may sound crazy, but with social media, technology, all this stuff, we can basically put ourselves into the lives of other people. And I'm not saying like live through them, like act like you are them, but like kind of like use their experiences as lessons. So like if I'm watching a video from Flummo Raps and he's telling about how a guy was doing drugs all the way up to the NFL and he fell out the NFL in 2 years, am I going to copy his story? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of learn from all these players in the league. You might learn about people you don't know about. You might learn about people you do know about. Like, hey, I learned about Josh Allen, how he went from JUCO to the NFL. Like, that's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? You might inspire yourself that way. So I would say, learn about how high success players live or think, and then watch how these players succeed and fail and learn from their mistakes. Um, you know, Examples or resources I got is Scott Fisher. He breaks down a lot of college players. He breaks down any college players, basically the rise of them, and why they fell off or why they're a bust. Flemlo Raps, he has multiple story times about players who got out the mud. I remember growing up watching so many JUCO stories about people who went through the most worst and still made it. They went through hell. There was a guy who tore his ACL twice, went JUCO, lived in a car, homeless, and still made it. Like, the stories you'll hear is like, damn, like, he's going through that, and I'm going through, like, wow, I'm just, like, small or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like, it kind of shows you that there's kind of people who always go through worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that, like, it kind of makes you think a little bit differently when it comes to your situation, to where you're, I guess, a little bit more humble, or you have a little bit more grace on yourself, where it's like, damn, it's not that bad. I can really, like, do it. I can really keep going, because this person went through hell, and I'm not even going through half of what that person's going through, and they still made it somewhere. They still got a scholarship. I have friends, if you even talking to people, like, talk to people who are in the game, you know what I'm saying? Live through them. Like, meet people, be social. Don't just do social media either. Like, meet people. I know so many people that basically told me so much throughout the game, and I would ask them questions. I would question them like an interview. Like, I know some NFL players that I would question. They would tell me the game like it's nothing. Like, hey, I went through this. This is how I made it here. This is how I made it to the NFL. This is how I made it to college. Like, when I wanted to go D1, I would ask people how they got D1. What are the workouts like? What do they do? You know what I'm saying? Live through other people. Like, all right, this is how your experience was. Not saying my experience is going to be the same, but this is how I can learn. This is how I can get better. And this is how I could, get on the field. There, guys, I hope you guys like this video. Try to be really informational, help you guys out, help you guys get better, be the best at what you can do and what you can be. Like I said, I want you guys to get 1% better every single day, and I hope you guys can be great. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's keep getting better each day, man. Make it out.